And we're back, continuing to make those delicious, sweet and savory banana nut chocolate chip muffins. So here, I'm gonna show you what I'll do to make these muffins. All right, so I have a third of a cup of some softened butter into my mixing bowl. I'm also going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. This is just your plain white sugar. And we will beat this together. We just want to cream it really well. And then once we've creamed this, we're going to add in our egg. So we can make sure that our egg and our butter is mixed really well together. In the meantime, I want to take my banana and mash it up. So let's get over here to mash up the banana. I have some softened bananas. And you can see they're really ripened. So we want to just take those out of their peel. They're so soft too. You should never throw your bananas away. You can always make a banana nut bread, a banana muffin. They're so good. I don't know how many it's going to actually make. We want to get at least a cup of bananas in here. So let me grab a fork. And we're just going to press this in here. Just mash it together. And that's good. Because we're actually going to add that in with our sugar and butter once it creams. So let's finish making some of these yummy muffins. I'm going to turn it up a little bit higher because I want it to cream. The butter was softened, but it was still just a little on the cool side, not exactly at room temperature. And it's always better if it's at room temperature. So we're going to add our room temperature egg, 1 egg. That's looking a whole lot better. Okay, we're going to add in some bananas. Let's see, I want to do about a cup, so let me get a measuring. Where's mine? Here, we'll use this. This is 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to put 1, 2, not quite a cup, but that's good because we've got all kinds of really good stuff going up in here. So I used 3 bananas and that was about 3/4 of a cup. So we'll mix this. Okay, now what we're going to do is do our dry ingredients. And for our dry ingredients, I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And to that, we're going to use 2½ teaspoons of baking powder. I'll just add that straight in. I'm doing 1/2 teaspoon of some kosher salt. And we just want to kind of combine this together a little bit. And then we're going to add that in with our egg and banana. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, because I know this is going to fly, I am going to stir in my flour, baking powder, and salt. just to get it mixed in a little bit. What kind of plans do you all have for Easter Sunday? This is much better. You really don't want to overmix your batter. Let's see. We're also going to add some buttermilk in here. And I have half a cup of buttermilk that I'm going to add in with this. It smells so good. It smells so good. Now, I do want to as well add in, so this is pretty much what your batter is going to look like. I want to add in some pecans and some chocolate chips. And that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to get some of this batter off of my beater. This recipe that I'm making should make at least a dozen and maybe even a few more. I'm going to use my spatula because some of my buttermilk is still on the side. I want to make sure I get all of my buttermilk in my batter. I have about a little bit more than half a cup of some chopped pecans. So I'm adding this in. And I have about a third of a cup of some chocolate chips. We're just going to add those in. There we go. Chocolate chip and pecans in my batter. And we're folding all this in our batter to make sure that it's mixed in well. And that's it for our batter. But I'm also going to add a crumble. So I'm going to take you over to my crumble. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the crumble. I actually have a cup of flour here. Some yummy, delicious bacon. I'm going to dump that in. I'm using about, I'll say about half a cup of bacon in here. I have about half a cup of brown sugar, and I'm using the dark brown sugar. I'm going to use a little baking powder, about a teaspoon of baking powder, something to help lift this up. I also want to use a little cinnamon. We're going to put in about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon here. Cinnamon and bacon. We all know how good cinnamon and bacon is together. It is delicious. All right. So, the surprise is some Gouda. This is so good. I love Gouda by itself, and I'm adding that into my crumble. So basically all I'm going to do is combine all of these ingredients. This is going to be a savory crumble. We don't need to add any salt into this crumble. It has sweetness. It has the bacon. It's like a maple bacon anyway. And now it has the brown sugar, the salt, bacon, brown sugar, flour. This is going to be our crumble. And we're going to put this. Oh, I want to put some butter. Can't forget the butter. Got to have some butter in this crumble. So I'm going to use, this is some softened butter too. Let's see. I want to say maybe at least half a cup. That's good. And we're just going to take this and mix this in. And that is going to make sure that our toppings It crumbles up really good. I'm just going to cut this into my flour mixture. That is going to be good. It'll take a minute just to mix this well, but we want to make sure this is done before we put all of this stuff in our muffins in the pan. We're going to put this crumble right on top of the muffins. It's going to be good. It's brunch. We can't worry about calories at brunch time. Brunch is the time that you just let go and really enjoy everything. Besides, I'm not the only one bringing something. And I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do sweet or savory, so I said, why don't I do both, a sweet and a savory? Here we go. Almost well incorporated. I can still see a few pieces of the butter, and you don't want to see any. You want to make sure, like, see this? This is a piece of butter here. I want to make sure it's really incorporated well. We're getting more of a crumbly texture here, and that's what you want. You want crumble. I don't know if you've ever made crumble before, but you can have savory crumbles, you can have sweet crumbles. You know, I'm just doing a savory crumble to go on top of my banana nut muffins because I wanted to add a savory twist to it. Here we go. Let's get this off of my spoon. Don't want to waste any of that. Alright. So this is our crumble. You can see it's nice and crumbled. Alright. Let me show you what I'll do. I have a muffin pan, and I have pan sprayed everything, even around the tops as well. And we are going to scoop out our batter. I have a nice scoop size in each muffin. And you want to leave some room for your crumble, because the crumble is almost like the star of the show. These muffins are going to be so moist and yummy. We have that buttermilk in here. We have butter in it. Some moist bananas. The bananas are going to add nice moisture to it as well. And that crumble is going to be the icing on. Oh, that looks so good. So now let's just put some of this crumble on top. It's our savory crumble, and you want a lot of it. You don't want anybody to have to wonder what's in this crumble, so just pile it on top. These are going to be perfect for tomorrow morning. We have a Precept Bible study class on Sunday mornings, and I love, love, love that class. It's so good. We're learning so much about how we should live our lives and what's actually in the Word of God. So it's exciting. It's called Precept Class. So we take line upon line and precept upon precept and learn about the Word of God. It's exciting. Okay. You can just see the bacon in it. This is going to be so good. so yummy. I thought about making some beignets, but I said, no, I'm not going to do beignets yet. I thought about making some biscotti, because I love biscotti. But I said, no. I wanted to do something that was going to be unique and different and unexpected. And so this is it. Unique, different, and unexpected. We just want to make sure there's lots of this crumble piled on. And I may even do like a glaze to go on top. Do you think I should do a glaze? Okay, we've got quite a bit of crumble on here. I'm going to just put the crumble like in each one a little bit. Ta-da! And they are going in the oven, 350 degrees for about 22, 24 minutes. Let's see here.